Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite authors, and there's a lot of books I like, a lot of 5-star reads, but not all of those authors will be on this list because these are authors that have like at least 2 5 stars by them. Some of them I only have 1 5-star, but I still love their writing. So we're gonna jump into it. So behind me I have a J. Kristoff shrine. I also have another one of his books. So the very first book I read by J. Kristoff was this exact edition. I was studying abroad in Europe, and with no knowledge, I don't even know if I read the dust jacket. I don't know. I knew nothing about this. Grabbed this, took this home, and this is my favorite book of all time. It might be my favorite book of all time, but it's my favorite series of all time, the Nevernight series. And for most people, their love for romantic comes from Sarah J. Maas. Mine comes from Nevernight. Like, this is not considered romantasy, but it's fantasy. Some consider it sci-fi. And romance is a huge part of this series. So I'm like, is it not romantasy? So yeah, this is my favorite series of all time. It's about a world in which we have 3 sons, and it is Nevernight. And Mia starts her journey at an assassin academy so she can get revenge for her father who was killed. So yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of warnings with this series. It's extremely violent, so if you do not like fighting and blood, it's not for you. But yeah, this series is like, it's my favorite, but it's also unlike any other books on my favorite list. The other books that are like Nevernight are like probably The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, and that book is in the other room. And then I have Empire of the Vampire. I'm in the middle of that book because it's very dense and it's a story about someone telling a story. So I struggled with it without an audiobook, so I'm gonna get the audiobook and then give it another try. And then I've read Aurora Rising. I completed this series and it's amazing. It's kind of funny. Like, I read Red Rising and DNF'd it because it was too brutal, which is interesting because like the violence in the Nevernight series is more discriminate, and like in Red Rising it's like indiscriminate. So it's like good people get hurt in Red Rising, but like mainly only bad people get hurt in the Nevernight series. And then I wanted a sci-fi that was fun, so I DNF'd Red Rising and picked up Aurora Rising. So if you would like a teen fun Star Trek, this is for you. Tons of romance, a bit too much romance actually in my opinion. So yeah, this wasn't a 5-star series, but I really liked it. And then I've heard the Illuminae series is really good, so I'm gonna get to that at some point. But yeah, J. Kristoff is my favorite author, and Nevernight is my favorite series of all time. I read that series 8 years ago. Yeah, and I haven't found something better in 8 years, so it's kind of sad. Yeah, sad for me. Okay, we have moved to the living room. I should scoot over here. So, the next author is R.F. Kuang. And you've probably read more R.F. Kuang books than I have, because I've only read these two. I have Babel behind me, and I plan to read that this year. But yeah, the first book I read was The Poppy War. And the second book, which is my favorite, is Catabasis. This is more of a 4-star, and this is a 5-star. It's like, weirdly in my mind, Olive Blake and R.F. Kuang are very similar, but they're very different, but like, they both are very intersectional with genres. So this is like satire, romance, literary fiction, and then we have science. I hate to be talking about Olive Blake and R.F. Kuang like they're the same, but this also is like intersectional with science and magic. So yeah, this is logic, philosophy, science, and magic all rolled into one. This is about Alice. I'm trying not to spoil the book, so I'm looking to see what they tell you. Does Catabasis? Noun. Ancient Greek. The story of a hero's descent into the underworld. So it's about Alice and Peter, who venture into hell to find her professor. They set off across hell to save a man they don't even like. Anyway, it's hard to talk about this without spoiling it. But anyway, R.F. Kuang's strength is, for one, humor. I love humor, an author, that's why I love J. Kristoff and R.F. Kuang. That's huge. But as I said, her ability to blend magic, science. Oh, I love R.F. Kuang and Olive Blake because they're so highly academic. Like, if you actually enjoyed classes in college, you enjoyed classes more than extracurriculars, like, this is an author for you. She's a Marshall Scholar. She's got so many degrees from Cambridge, Oxford, and Yale. Like, I just love a well-studied author. And people are saying she's showing off how smart she is in this book. I'm like, that is so sexist. You wouldn't say that if a man wrote this book. So I don't hear the complaints about this. But people don't like these characters, but I'm fine with a flawed character. Like, just because the female lead is not the most likable person of all time, that makes her human, that doesn't make me not like the book. So yeah, this is like, this transported me to the underworld, and yeah, writing is stellar, and I was captivated. So yeah, with R.F. Kuang, J. Kristoff, I'm just captivated from A to Z. So the next author is Olive Blake. I think she's another twofer. So the first book I read was Gifted and Talented. I gave it 5 stars, and then I just finished Atlas 6 and gave it 4 stars. I think her writing has improved a lot. So this is the indie version. I listened to apartment sounds. So I listened to the audiobook of the traditionally published finished version of this while I read the indie unfinished version. So I heard like all the changes that happened to this book, and she definitely like gave a little more detail, more setting, more backstory in the final version. But I liked this, you know, unfinished version too. I found this at a library sale for like, how much was it? $2.50. So I should probably like stop bending this. But don't worry, I did not write in it. This book is about a family. We're following siblings who, after their father's death, one of them will take over the tech company. So yeah, I love the sibling dynamics in this. We alternate from like a bunch of different points of view. This is my first Olivia Blake, so I had to adjust to run-on sentences. That is her writing style. This book took me 2 months to read. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. It did lose me, you know, with the run-on sentences, but I absolutely loved it. Like, she's just a genius at writing. As I said before, I just love how she blends genres. This is like literary fiction and sci-fi, and she always has like science with her fantasy. So yeah, these are kind of like science witches in the Atlas Six. So we have like one of the members of the Atlas Six can control plants, and the other can control physics, and the other can control the mind. So they're like science witches. That's how I think of them in my head. So I have on my shelf One for My Enemy and Masters of Death. So I don't know which one. Let me know which one I should read next. Maybe One for My Enemy. But yeah, absolutely love Olivia Blake. She might be rising to the top as taking the spot. Well, I don't know. But she might be up there in like top 3, if not number 1. She might be coming for J. Kristoff's spot as favorite author. But yeah, she just has a beautiful, effortless, metaphorical style of writing. Oh, and her books, they all have illustrations, which all books should have illustrations. So anyway, that's Olivia Blake. She's amazing. Amazing. So we're gonna go to Ali Hazelwood. I'm just holding up the books I own. The first book I read by her was Love, Theoretically. It's like, it was really good, but I didn't love it, but it made me cry. So make of that what you will. But it's like a 4-star to me. I've also read Deep End, which gave 4 stars. Need to give 4 stars. I guess I just always give her 4 stars. Wait, did I say Love Theoretically? What is it? Love, it's not Love on the Brain. What's the other one? Love Hypothesis. Love Hypothesis was the one that I read first. Then Love Theoretically, then Love on the Brain. Then all her other stuff. Later on I read Deep End and Mate. So, my favorite? I think maybe Love Theoretically would be my favorite. Least favorites, I'm throwing that in there now. I did not love Bride, which is the prequel to Mate. I just thought there wasn't much detail to the vampire werewolf world. There are high stakes, but the tone of the book wasn't serious, so the tone of the book didn't match the high stakes. But yeah, this one was better for me. I do not like Not in Love and Problematic Summer Romance. I thought the Not in Love, the man coerced her to date him, and I didn't like that. And the Problematic Summer Romance, they were talking about the age gap so much to the point that it got gross, so I had to DNF that one. So yeah, unfortunately, as Ali Hazelwood, I've read all her books, but she is slipping on my favorite author list rapidly. But yeah, I still support her. I like how she writes about women in STEM. I like what she's about, you know, empowering women in STEM. But unfortunately, I just see authors like Olivia Blake, for example, rising up to take that spot. So, with more romance, I think these are the last, some of the last romance, we have Kimberly Lemming. She blew me away with this series. Her writing is just, it's like descriptive, detailed imagery, hilarious. Like, basically, how you impress me as a reader is like you have super detailed writing, you have great character work, you have great humor, and every single page is engaging, captivating. And yeah, every single page of the Mead and Mishap series is complete fun, and well, it does have some fighting in there, but complete fun, and you're engaged through every single word of these books in the Mead and Mishap series. So yeah, obviously I started with The Time I Got Drunk and Conceived a Demon. If you're unsure about this, pick it up. the writing is a lot better than most romances I read. Like, the stories are silly, but the writing itself is very detailed. She gives full sensory descriptions of things that the characters see and hear and experience. So you're transported to a new world. It's total fun. It's just amazing. What's not amazing is her new Alien romance series. Alien romance is not for me, I'm pretty sure. That book did not work for me. It was spice and kind of lacking in other areas. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but the Meet and Mishap series is absolutely amazing. Next author is Tracy Deonn. I was blown away by Legendborn. I'm holding, unfortunately, my least favorite book in the series, but I got it because it's signed, so that's why we have our least favorite book. But this is following Bree. She's a high schooler, but she's advanced enough to do a program at a college, and there she stumbles upon a secret society, and then she finds her way and like empowers herself as she uncovers the secrets of this secret society. So yeah, this writing is so amazing, especially Tracy Deonn's ability to write romance is amazing. Like, it just really touches your heart. It's really heartfelt. So I think like the writing of emotions and the writing of the relationships is like definitely her strength. So I'm trying to think what I didn't like about this one. I don't know, it just, the second book kind of lost me, but absolutely love Legendborn and Oathbound. So yeah, if you're on the fence about these, like, don't be. Okay, so the next author we all know, we all read him in middle school, and it's John Green. You may be, don't fast forward through the video right now. He is the reason I'm writing my book that I'm writing right now. It's inspired by Looking for Alaska. When I went on Fable and I was like, I love the TV show Looking for Alaska, everyone's like, oh, it's off Hulu, you can't watch it. You can buy it on YouTube. People are acting like the show is gone. Just buy it on YouTube. It's amazing. It's one of my most rewatched shows ever, and I reread it last year, so one of the only books I've ever reread. So both of these books and these adaptations are amazing. This TV show and this movie, if you have not watched them, you gotta watch both. So yeah, books and the adaptations are amazing. But yeah, I just love this TV show especially. I'm very attached to it. I love the music in the TV show. I love the actors in the TV show. They're all perfectly cast. It's like a perfect adaptation. So yeah, I've rewatched it so many times. Honestly, if you don't even want to read the book, just watch the show. Anyway, sorry, John Green. I've read Abundance of Catherines. I've read Will Grayson. I've read a bunch of his other books, but these are my favorites. But yeah, Looking for Alaska is like, this is my favorite. This is inspiring the book that I'm writing right now. So that is why I'm talking about the author we all know. Now he's writing more nonfiction, so I've heard good things about that, and I do want to get around to his nonfiction. So on a similar vein as those books, I have Sally Rooney, different genre, but these books are literary fiction, but they're so, first set. So yeah, this is the first book I read by John Green, and this is my favorite book by John Green. The first book I read by her was Normal People. I think I watched the TV show first. I can't remember. And then I read Beautiful World, Where Are You? DNF that book is not good in my opinion. And then I'm in the middle of Intermezzo, and I'm looking forward to reading Conversations with Friends. I've watched that TV show, so I'm excited to read the book. If you have not watched the TV show Normal People, stop what you're doing right now and do it. just like Looking for Alaska, I kind of low-key like the TV shows better than the books. I'm sorry, but the TV shows are amazing. Like, what can I say? So yeah, one of the best TV shows of all time. Like, anyway. So, we got Normal People, we got Intermezzo. The cheat code for Sally Rooney is get the audiobook, because her books do not have quotation marks, so it's hard to tell when the characters are speaking. Get the audiobook. I'm listening to this audiobook right now. It's a wonderful Irish man's voice. I'm in love with his voice. And it's making this book at least, a lot more easy to understand and enjoyable. So absolutely loving this. No, oh my gosh, I have like glue on Normal People. Anyway, I'm not gonna explain what Normal People is about. It's just like, it's heavily romantic, heavily revolving around the romance. And here we have a story of two brothers who are navigating their strained relationship after their father dies. But I just think this is really heavily about romance too. I mean, it could be a matter of opinion, but I do think it's a lot of romance. And like more spice than I was expecting. We have Peter, who's the older brother. He's a lawyer or something like that. And we have Ivan, who's a chess player, hence all the chess. I'm in the middle of it, so I'll just tell you my thoughts right now. I love Ivan, but I can't stand Peter. All the chapters I have tabbed are Ivan's chapters. I refuse to tab Peter's chapters, if that tells you anything. I don't wanna spoil anything. But anyway, I kind of don't want to spoil too much, so we'll leave it at that. We have brothers, and there's a strong focus on their romantic relationships that they respectively have too. But I'm in the middle of this, really loving it so far. So the next author we have is Holly Black. I don't have The Cruel Prince because I've just been waiting to get it. But that is the first book I read by Holly Black. I just completed that series and went directly into the Book of Night. I loved The Cruel Prince. I gave it 5 stars. But thinking back, I'm not really sure if it's 5-star. But so far, I much prefer her adult books. I'm also in the middle of this, so I'm gonna be in the middle of a lot of these books. This is about, when I'm looking at the book, it's because I don't want to spoil the book. It is about Charlie Hall. She's a thief. She does break-in, she does pickpocketing, the whole 9. And she has a sister that she would do anything for. She even like takes deals with shady people so she can make money to support her sister. So this is about a world in which certain people can control their shadows and give their shadow a separate consciousness, and they can just also upgrade their shadows in any way they like. Whereas people like Charlie and her sister don't have the ability to adjust or improve their shadows, and there is a large population of people who don't have powers who would do anything to get the ability to control their shadows. And those people are looking for the Book of Night, and Charlie gets caught up in the hunt for this special Book of Night, which gives people information so they can manipulate their shadows. So yeah, absolutely loving this. Female main character she's flawed, she's relatable, she's just more down to earth, and yeah, just relatable than other romantic characters I've read. So whereas the Cruel Prince series, or Folk of the Air series, I think I would have liked a little more when I was younger. This I'm definitely liking a lot more now. So next we have another book by her, but whatever. Kari Lake, Who Stole the Show. This is the first book I read by her. First and favorite. I'm in the middle of this one. And so yeah, she really rose up last year when I discovered her. So Kari Lake, she is an amazing writer. I don't know, I wonder where she's from. But it says she specializes in gothic romance. So I do not like horror, but this, or all her books, both, yeah, have sprinkles of horror. So yeah, I know that going in, but I am a baby and I was able to handle the splashes of horror. So you'll be fine. If I can, you know, sleep soundly reading these books, you'll be fine. So this is about, so for a reason I can't tell you, she has to go into the woods. But you may think, oh, scary woods, you know, there's not going to be much to the story, but there's so much world building. People say there's not world building. There's such a detailed magic system with different sources of magic. We have gems, we have different types of creatures, we have religions. This is so detailed. I don't know why people say it doesn't have world building. And in this book, I'm finding it to be a little more horror forward. It's about a girl who goes to a Gothic academy to learn more about can you turn it down a little bit? And she goes to a Gothic academy to learn more about this parasite that she thinks killed her mother because she is in the medical field. So yeah, love descriptive writing, Gothic tales, strong female characters, and slow burn. If you like slow burn, the characters do not meet until I think after 50% of the way through this book. So yeah, very slow burn. Oh, I guess that was the end. Oh, I wanted to go on and on. But anyway, what are your top 10 authors? Put them in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.